We
What's
are
up,
at
man?
number trace.
Yeah.
we have
And
survived.
And we survived this week. God, we've made it to Saturday.
Dude, I don't know what it was with this week, but this week has just been...
I was crawling across the finish line Friday. Literally,
Yes.
I was like crawling
Yes.
down the sidewalk to my truck.
Yes.
Yeah.
I don't know what it was, but yeah, Friday, I was just in one of those moods. I was depressed, anxious, like, talk about waking up on the wrong side of the bed. I had no idea why. No idea why. Like, I was like, man, I get to go home and make some fucking music, but I was just, I don't know, I was just like so worn out by the end of the week.
Yeah, I didn't make any music yesterday.
Really?
Like, none. Yeah, I came home and did some shit, and I was like, and it's funny because all day, that's what gets me through, like on Fridays.
Yeah.
It's like, I get to play my guitar tonight.
Yes. Yeah.
But then, you get home, you're tired, find something on Netflix, it's like, all right. So that's probably my biggest wall is just laziness.
Yeah.
Total laziness.
Yeah.
Like there's days I just don't want to get off the couch. I just don't.
But what is it with musicians? It's almost like, making music and this creative aspect. It's great, having that adrenaline rush. You're fucking, making music and being creative. You're playing. All of a sudden, you're trying to wind down. You can't wind down.
Yeah, you can't. I mean, there's days, you get home and it's like, all right, I need to play. And then it's like, but then there's days like I've still got so much going through my head with like work and crap around the house. I mean, just, everything, and it's like, and some days I just throw it down. It's like, okay, ain't happening today, And, well, and too, and there's casually playing, which we do.
Yes.
I try to casually play at least 5 minutes a day. I'll do something,
Yeah, exactly.
Play Stairway or something, but then there's the writing aspect, and when you're actually, it's like, okay, now I need to, I've got like 1,000 of these little half riffs, and now I need to nail something down and hit the red record button, and you get lazy, and it's like, okay. So then you actually have to start concentrating, and then it becomes work.
It does
itself.
Yeah.
I don't know. And then you got to find that balance to make it where it's like, it's still fun. You still got that fire that's going to come out, in whatever you record.
Right.
But at the same time, you got to have that work ethic too. And I don't know.
It's a balancing act.
Fast.
Yeah.
Yeah.
And and I picked up. I've always been a big fan of Punky Brewster. Growing up, we're both '80s kids, and I finally, after years of searching, I finally found the sheet music to the Punky Brewster theme song, and I've been trying to work on that. And it sounds cool. It's really neat, and I hope to have that on my YouTube channel in the near future, whatever. But
that's killer.
But having that drive, especially with covers, because I haven't really been in a cover mood lately. It's always been about writing, because I get all these ideas. You have the same problem too. You get all these ideas. You've got to get them down. So having something fun. Well, writing's fun, but at the same time, having this little side project, which is nice. So, anyways, that's my little caveat. But you were talking about finding music in other areas besides when we were growing up. It was what? Cassettes, and then of course CDs, and then it's a whole nother ballgame nowadays. Whole nother ballgame.
Way total other ballgame. Did I just say way total other ballgame?
Have you had any,
No. That's the point. It's this is just the tattered remains of the week. I'm fruit punch, baby.
So what is
a little
music?
Yeah. So music mediums. How do you purchase music?
Right.
And I was thinking about this earlier. I think there's a plus and a minus to the whole thing. So no one really. When's the last time you bought a CD?
It's
just
been
don't.
Years.
Yeah, you just don't. And and you remember, like, even Best Buy. I used to go and I'd sit in the Best Buy parking lot because CDs came out on Tuesdays.
Right. Yeah, it's Tuesdays. Yeah.
Yeah. So I get because we didn't have the luxury of the internet.
Right.
I had to get the newspaper and see what albums were coming out that week.
What's a newspaper?
I know.
We'll have to pull up a picture for the millennials of what a newspaper looks like.
Yeah, I made my parents get a newspaper subscription so I could get the ads, like the Best Buy ads and stuff, and look and see, okay, what albums are coming out that week.
Yeah.
And I'd go sit there at Best Buy parking lot, just waiting for them to open, run in there and grab it. And, but now it's all on the internet. It's like I use Apple Music.
Yeah.
I pay I think it's only $10 a month. I pay $15 because our whole family uses it.
Right.
It's like one, but really $15 a month. That's the price of one CD.
Right. Exactly.
I can go on Apple Music and I can play any song I want. I just tell Siri, like, "Hey Siri, play blah blah blah." Siri's listening.
Siri's always listening.
Yeah. But
what do you want me to play?
Yeah. Mine has a British accent. You can change it.
Into a British accent.
Yeah.
Hello, Brian. What do you want me to play for you today?
Yeah, she was getting old.
You bloody wake up.
Yeah, that was just.
Does Siri ever call you a wanker? I'm just.
She gets pissed.
Really?
Yeah, we do not get along in the morning. She does not get me. But so I can go on my phone and I can play anything I want. Yeah. But at the same time, here's what I'm noticing. And my son is 14. Yeah. And God. Anyway,
you made yourself sound old.
Shit, dude. But anyway, he didn't care anything about CDs. It's all just he'll just listen to it on YouTube or something. But anyway, you can stream anything. Yeah. But here's the good and the bad. It's like, okay, I can hear anything I want anytime. Right. But the bad, I think you lose a little bit of sound quality. Really? I think you do.
That's
because
possible.
Okay, here's how I know this. Because Pandora, I just did the thing where you pay. It's like $5 a month. Yeah. For I don't know, just like an upgraded Pandora thing. Oh, you can skip more and you can rewind. Right. But it also, one of the features says upgraded, better sound quality. Okay. So. But anyway, that's just being picky. But the main gripe I have on this, though, is it's harder for me to find new music. Yeah. Like, let's say so-and-so just put an album out. I don't know what's coming out. I don't know what's, you don't have MTV really anymore.
That's true. Yeah.
So you don't really have any way of, of hearing, like, okay, the Rolling Stones are putting out an album next month. Yeah. How do you know about it? How are we going to find out about it? And that's the thing with these phones.
Yeah, it's changed so much.
Yeah, these phones, it's like a black hole of information.
Yeah,
and it just comes out of there. To me, it's like a fire hose. You hold right in front of your face and just hit the nozzle.
It's full blast.
All this fucking information. and you're just trying to get a sip of it, you know.
Yeah.
So you don't get to go to the music stores anymore, you know.
That's true.
Through the, you know.
Kids nowadays really miss out on, like, okay, take your son for instance, teenager, millennials as a whole. They missed out on what I believe is one of the best parts of our music journey in the beginning, and that is mixtapes. I mean, I would sit there, of course, I was so anal about that with the little counter, you know, it has a little counter, and I would even track when, like, for instance, like on Appetite for Destruction, Guns N' Roses, I would track, you know, when Paradise City came on, when Sweet Child, when of course Welcome to Jungle, that's the first one, but I'd have the little counter, and I would write down so that I could go right to it. Nowadays it's streaming, it's all, like I said, it's this huge fucking nozzle right at your face. You just turn it on full blast. They miss that. Also, you know, when CDs then eventually came out, you know, you could burn your own CDs, but they miss out on that. Now it's streaming, just fucking in your face, and they miss out on that.
Yeah, and they don't really get the album experience.
Yes.
Because what I noticed with my son is he knows and likes individual songs, and he has for his age, he has a pretty big, you know, kind of a whatever of interest, what kind of music he likes.
Yeah.
And, but it's individual songs.
Right.
And my thing is albums. You know, like, for instance, I picked this up. You're going to love this. I picked this up last weekend. Temple of the Dog on vinyl.
Oh, hell yes.
Yeah. I mean, and I put this on, and my wife and, you know, even my son were like, wow, that's, you know. And
whoa, it's just, what is this magical piece of plastic?
And you can't skip to the next thing,
right.
You know. And you know, you sit down and you enjoy it.
Yeah.
But I associate albums more than individual songs.
Yeah.
Because to me, each album has a vibe to it, you know.
The whole thing, it has a theme. The whole thing has a theme. Going back to Guns N' Roses' Appetite, or of course I'm a huge Guns fan, so naturally I'm thinking of like Use Your Illusion 1 and 2. You know, you can listen to the entire album and it has a theme to it. And in fact, that's like when I write to a theme, to a group of topics that all kind of meld into one. And kids miss that these days. I mean, in fact, when I first got onto music streaming and Pandora, I was like, okay, you know, this is cool. I can listen to, you know, playlists and things. Well, of course, that's on Spotify, but I can listen to playlists. But they miss out on, okay, well, I hear one good song out of an album, but what about all the shitty songs? I mean, you kind of, you know, I'm just saying that, you know, it's the shitty songs that kind of make up the good ones. You have to hear the bad with the good. It's a mismatch. Yeah,
and I associate albums, you know, I look at an album at, you know, kind of a window at a certain periods of my life. Like, okay, like when my parents divorced, you know, I was like 15. That was a dark time.
Right.
Well, the album that I was listening to at the time was the Alice in Chains album. It was just it didn't have a name. It was the one with the three-legged dog.
Oh, yeah. Yeah.
And that album was the last one with Lane.
It's the last one. Yeah, that's right.
And it was, I mean, that was grungy, dark, muddy.
It was.
That was some dark shit.
It's over now.
Yeah. And you know, and that's how I was feeling, you know, at the time, you know, and that album kind of got me through it, you know.
Yeah.
So anytime, and there's tons of those, you know, and it's like a wind chime with all this, and so that's how I kind of listen to music, though. It's like albums are time periods, you know.
Yeah.
And it's like each time period I'm listening to something new.
Right.
You know. And
you can group it, but that's saying you can group it that way.
Yeah, totally. I'll even, before I go somewhere, like if I know, like when we're done with this, like if I have to go to Walmart for something, I'll start thinking what song I'm going to listen to on the way there.
Yeah.
Like what song would fit a 9:30 drive to Walmart?
Swedish death metal?
Swedish death metal.
You've got me on that. I was listening to that the other day, and it does. It is quite soothing. It's way different. I don't want to get too much into the Swedish death metal again, because we're talking, but it does. You know, there's something. But you listen to the music that grabs you, and if you're on Pandora or Apple Music or whatever the best you can do is you can type in a category. Like, I want to listen to music like this. But how many times have I played like, I don't want to listen to this, skip. I don't want to listen to that, skip. Before, you could put music on your phone, and it was exactly what you wanted to listen to. Yeah,
because an album is a vibe. And it's like, so I'll come in and I'm like, okay, what kind of vibe? Pandora does a pretty good job, you know, of like, okay, what?
Right.
Well, I'm looking at time, John, and we have some cool guitars to show off.
Yes.
I think. So this is another new guitar.
It is
Taylor.
It is a Taylor. In fact, I just restrung it today. Not that it really needed it, but I just felt like, I will say this, you know, playing guitar for 25 years, this is probably the easiest restring. I mean, I slapped the strings on and tuned it up, and it stayed in tune, which shocked the hell out of me, because normally it's tune, 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 play, tune, tune, play, tune, play, tune, play. But it is.
Right.
It does. It has this nice, and I'm trying to remember, it's late, and I can't remember the name or the type of acoustic guitar. It's I don't want to spend too much time on it, but it's not your typical body, so it's not that big, huge, you know, beast of a acoustic. And I have to apologize.
Right.
In fact, what I'll do is I'll probably put the name or the name type when I'm editing it, just so you'll like. But it just has this nice full, which brings
Taylor.
up. Yeah.
Taylor has a real earthy sound.
It does.
Real earthy tone to it. I like Taylor.
In fact, one thing I was looking at was strings. And I want to throw this out there, that strings, depending on the style you play, since I do finger style a lot with this, get the strings that fit the style. So if you're going to play metal, get this. If you're going to play jazz or blues, get the strings that fit according to your playing style. I cannot stress that enough. Since I go with more of a mellower sound, then go to your local guitar store and ask them. You know, I play this style. What strings would fit? So, anyways, I just want to toss that out there. The string types do make a big impact on the style that you play. So, anyways,
Ernie Ball is getting really. They're getting really clever with their strings too. You can do, instead of just a light gauge, because I play nines.
Yeah.
Just Ernie Ball nines, the pink pack, super slinkies.
Yeah,
I play those on all my electrics, just so they all feel the same.
Yeah, exactly.
But if you like I have a Telly, and Tellys have that that snap, low E string. You can get a low E. They have set packs of strings like that, like with the low E.
Yeah.
And so it's kind of cool. They mix and match, for different types of stuff.
Right.
My guitar tonight.
Tell us about the guitar that you're using.
Yeah, this is my dad's guitar. My dad passed away in March, ALS.
Mm-hmm. Right.
And my mom sent me this. This is his.
That's awesome.
Just a real pretty. It's an Electra.
That's cool. Don't knock over your fruit punch.
Yeah. Honey. But
Clean up on all
I
five.
mean, it's a Les Paul, style guitar. But I tell you, I've never played a guitar with a neck like this one. The action on this thing, the strings, it's like the strings aren't there.
Really?
I mean, like they're just barely. And my dad, who was just a total, he could rig anything up. He could figure anything out.
Yeah.
I mean, this is like, 30 something years he had this thing.
Yeah.
There was shit longer than that. About 30 something years.
What year do you think it is?
Well, I don't know. See, I was born in 79, and he had this long before that.
Oh, okay.
So, so I'd say this thing is, nearing 50 years old.
Damn.
But it's just, I don't know. And so it's kind of a dilemma. It's like it needs, these pickups are kind of oxidized and kind of worn. And,
but that's what gives it its sound, though. I mean, now it just
that's
has
what
that nice
gives it
warm sound.
Yeah, because to me, it plays,
Yeah.
So I don't know. I don't know if I'm going to do a whole bunch of work or anything to it. I think just leave it like it is. But also, another surprise, John, since Friday the 13th, and this is close enough.
Yeah.
I'm using my Friday the 13th Jason guitar kit.
That's fucking awesome.
It glows in the dark.
It glows in the dark. That is fucking awesome. So we're only one day past Friday the 13th, so
close enough.
It's close enough. Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, we've got a few minutes left, so how about we send our audience out with a little bit of blues, like we did last time?
Yeah. Sounds great.
Sweet. That's a sweet sounding guitar band. Well, we will see y'all next time. Don't forget to like, subscribe, click buttons,
share. Sharing is caring.
Sharing is caring, just like the Care Bears do. So we'll see you next time.
Yes.